You be careful crossing the street.
Al Capone, born January 17, 1899 in Brooklyn, New York. Al Capone earns letter G, becoming the most famous gangster in America through his bootlegging, prostitution, and his brutal acts of violence during the 1920s at the height of Prohibition. Al Capone worked for a gangster named Johnny Torrio, who eventually left the criminal life and passed his business down to Al Capone. After 2 years of taking over this business, Capone was earning $60 million a year. With other extensions, Capone was earning another $45 million. When Capone became boss, other gangs tested Capone. Gangs tried to interfere with his plans of taking over Chicago's racketeering rights. What other gangs did not know was that Al Capone was not to be messed with. Capone was fervent about his plans, and any gang that interfered was diminished. Capone would help anyone that would help him and kill anyone that wouldn't. Capone always had to deal with conflicts with other gangs and their attempt to kill his closest associates. Capone always tried to keep a calm demeanor, and his perspicacity allowed him to not get caught after his retaliation to other gangs. But the most famous one out of them all was the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. St. Valentine's Day Massacre, where a few Al Capone men dressed as police officers and killed Al Capone's longtime enemy, Bugs Moorman, in the garage. They held him up against the wall and killed him with machine guns. Al Capone wanted to get rid of one of his biggest rivals in the bootlegging industry, Bugs. Al Capone sent his men to Bugs' garage dressed as police officers on the Chicago's north side. Once Al Capone's men lined the men up against the wall, they let fire with machine guns, killing 7 of Bugs' men. Even though they forgot one thing, which was to kill Bugs. After some of Al Capone's violent altercation with gangs, he would leave town for a little while, being besieged by his thugs. Once he was settled in, he wouldn't come out much. People did what he needed because he was opulent. What makes Al Capone relevant today is because of how big he made himself in the 1920s. Since that time period, there has been many notorious gangsters like him. Al Capone was an original gangster, which in today's society is known as OGs. More recent gangsters have molded their ambition to be like Al Capone's. For example, big-time drug lord Frank Lucas, who operated in Harlem in the late 1960s and the early 1970s. Also like Jack Diamond and the Cray Brothers. Also many more.
So where's my money, Joe? Where's my money, Joe? All I need is a few more days. I'll have it. I'll have it. I'll have your money. You know what, Joe? Joe, you really working on my patience. Joe, you told me that 3 days ago. My patience is leaving, Joe. My patience is freaking leaving, Joe. Where's my money? I know. I'm sorry. It's just I've had a lot going on with the kids. You know how kids can be. And you know my financial aid and things like that. They're just not going right out. Just give me a few more days. It seems like you got a lot on your hands, Joe. But really, I don't care. You owe me $50,000, Joe. And if I don't have my money, you know what? Time's up, Joe. Have you met my friend Tony? Go ahead, say hi, Tony.
So, punk.
Tony does what I tell him to do. It's like as soon as I think it, he does it. Hey, Tony, kill this sucker. Look at this sucker. Good job, little boy. Hey, Tony, get him out of here.